Good morning from Bali, and thank you very much for tuning in. Today we have a look at the stoves and the fuel I use out in the field. Let's have a look at them one by one. This is my trencher burner, and it works with alcohol, or in this case spiritus. What I like about this setup is it's really lightweight. And you see in that little bottle I have spiritus, which is probably roughly around 2.5 hours burning time. What I do not like about this setup is it takes a long time. Yeah, if I make a coffee in the morning with this stove, it takes about 20 minutes to get water boiling. So would I recommend it? Maybe not for making coffee. If you cook something like a stew or something which takes little heat and cooks for a long time, this is maybe an option. But yeah, that's why you don't really see me using this stove out in the field a lot. So yeah, would I recommend it? Maybe not really. Next up is this gas burner I bought a long time ago. Another stove I don't really use out in the field. The reason for it is it's quite bulky, it's quite a bit of heavy, and the gas bottles also are quite bulky. The last time I used this was with a friend at the camp, and I cooked during 2 days with this gas stove, and one bottle of gas lasted me exactly 2 days, so cooking breakfast, lunch and dinner for 2 days. So in terms of fuel efficiency, it's quite nice. The downside about this is it's a bit difficult to regulate the heat. Gas stove, they get very hot, so you have to be careful not to burn your food you're cooking. And on the other side, if you tune it down, if you turn the flame down, you may end up getting it blown out by the wind. So this again is a reason you don't see me using this stove out in the field. Would I recommend it? Yes and no. If you want something boiling really fast, that's probably the fastest way to get water to a boil with a gas stove. That is fantastic. Let's say if you want to make a coffee in the morning, you boil water definitely under a minute. On the other hand, yeah, it's quite bulky, and the gas canister's bit big on the bigger side, bulky as well. So for me, it doesn't really work. It may work for you guys, for other people, but for me, taking this into the jungle is definitely a no-no. Next up is my solid fuel stove. That is Indonesian Army surplus. And you have seen me using this stove a lot in my videos. The reason I love this stove, it's very small, it's very lightweight, it's compact, and these 8 tablets, which you can buy, I pay about $1.50 for one of these packs with 8 tablets, equals almost 2 hours burning time. Very nice. The good part about these solid fuel tablets is they also work in case they get wet. And what I also like about these tablets is it's difficult for the wind to blow it out. So once they burn, you get a solid 12 to 13 minute burn per tablet. It burns very fast, hot. So it means if I make my coffee in the morning, I have that quickly done. So also, in case it rains, I can cook under my tarp with these solid fuel taps, not risking to burn a hole in my tarp. So for me, for a very long time now, this is my go-to setup, my go-to stove and fuel if I go into the forest, into the jungle. So this setup I can highly recommend. The next one is this debris stove. It's titanium, so it's super lightweight. It weighs almost nothing, and it comes in a small pouch like this. What I love about this stove is it's extremely versatile. So you can use it as a debris stove with small sticks you find on the floor, but it also can work with the solid fuel tablet from the previous stove I showed you. It also can work with this. This is lighter gel, and they sell them in 1 liter bottles. I bought this as a refill because you can buy them, this gel or a paste, in these little containers, and they cost you like 50 cents basically. And a whole container of this, I tested this out one time, it burns 75 minutes. So this is definitely good value for money in terms of fuel efficiency. So this can fit in here. So you can actually operate it with wood, with solid fuel stove tablets, or with this gel. And this is what I like about this. So you always see me carrying my solid fuel stove from the Indonesian army plus one of these debris stoves with me into the field. So this is something I highly recommend you to have in your pockets. Yeah. So this is from me. This is all the stoves I use, or the ones I use most, the ones I don't use very often. So for me it is definitely this setup plus this one goes with me into the field. So I hope this is useful for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video where we go back into the forest.